Leicester City fans were dreamers when they won the title, but that dream was not to get relegated to the Championship and potentially League One. However, their old manager Ranieri has plucked them out of it. He's got the squad cooking as we return to the Premier League today with Leicester City. Yes, people, a new season, not a new team, because obviously this is a series. Welcome to Leicester again. Evans is on the wing, not too many increases. We've got 71s in this team, but we got ourselves a promotion! Or should I say Ranieri got it? I'm only the owner of this club. And as owner, I am going to invest because they've been in money troubles. Have Leicester City, so 51 million to go into this season with. And for this season, we're going to do a Luton Town. We're going to carry over the kits. We've got the goalkeeping ones. We've got the home kit, the same as last season. With the same players, obviously, as last season. Harry Souttar. We didn't take any loans in, loan out Bobby Burnett, something definitely to do. As Youth Academy, we trusted a lot last year. We went to Leicester's youth. I think we do that again, making our own youth through the academy, but it's up to Claudio. Claudio, I know you want to go down the youth aspect, but do you want a good youth academy? I can invest in a category 1-1, one of the best ones, if you want me to. And he says that's a brilliant idea. I want most of the budget going onto signings, as he wants the scouting budget to be good, but also the scouting of players better. That's fine by me. I think Nicholson should be just fine as the one scout we send out. And one comment I liked, I'm going to try and get through all the nationalities you guys send, but Republic of Korea, I'm going to try there first, as Son should be retiring this year. Mobama we didn't get on with entirely. We definitely did with Diawara, and our centre-back trio have been good. All original Leicester players, but let's be honest, we definitely need to invest here, with Vestergaard leaving, Evans, Alves, Souttar and Golding all out of contract, and I don't think the Premier League is the place to play Louis Page. Loan list he goes. Reynolds potentially could join him, however a thin squad and not entirely a great rated squad as is. Ranieri wanted some scouting, and to the player search we go. However, Ranieri stops me in the tracks as I'm looking for the next player, and he says, remember when I spoke about signing the new versions of players? I've heard one player is available that used to be in this Leicester side, and I think in the Premier League experience could be more vital than finding the next best. And this player is in the shortlist, and I'm going to reveal him to you right now. Riyad Mahrez, which looks good, but 87 dribbling is a huge carry for this guy. To be fair, he does have a lot of play styles. We're getting youth coming through. He could nurture the talent. 12 million's a lot on an old player, but we do have 50 million to spend this season. I'd say 40 in this window, 10 for January. And for 9.7 million, that's all we've had to spend on Riyad Mahrez. But the only issue could be his wage. I love seeing him in that beautiful Leicester kit. It's now an 80 rated. Will he suit being the right mid? Or do we need to move him centrally? He's definitely keeping the number 7, and he might be the marquee signing. Don't forget, we've got to be very savvy with our money here in the Premier League. Leicester were in debt a while ago, and 24 weeks for Sands to change, compared to 2 weeks for Riyad Mahrez. He's going to be the man playing in Cam. On 40k a week, obviously now we can pay higher wages. We're not stuck in the Championship with rules. Now we are in the Premier League. However, club captain Hamza Chowdhury comes in to speak, despite signing an ex-teammate. He reckons the wage was a bit extortionate for an old player, and I'm going to say I'm just signing who the manager wanted to sign. I'm just investing with him. If you don't like it, bring it up with the manager, definitely not me. Okay, and it looks like it struck a chord with some core players like Hamza Chowdhury, Okoli, and very unhappy Alves, who's getting his position taken. Unless maybe he could play on the left. But I do think we signed another left-hand-sided player and a centre mid. Ozzo has been really good in the last game, and hopefully players get happier. 39 million. When Leicester were last in the Premier League, their signings were very savvy. A certain Wilfred Ndidi came across from the Belgian Pro League, and that's where I think we find our next winger. There is Noah Adedeji Sternberg. He's not a recreation of any player, but sometimes as owner, you've got to buy potential players. And this is someone that I see as an investment of my money. It's harsh on Evans, I know, but we need quality in the Premiership. And that does look a little bit better. I haven't actually considered offers in for our players though. The first one for Harry Souttar, and that could be a suitable move to go play with Kiernan Burgess. I think his first name is Kiernan. Someone else from Australia. And I think his level will be the Championship. But before that, we're getting a loanee out of the club. That's right, Louis Page is going to play in the Pro League. A return from where we just signed from. And I'm going to try still give the youth chances like Alves, Evans, Golding, Silko Thomas. In this top division, depending on how we do, but Harry Souttar is out. I want one more signing before we go into this season, and it's Robert Huth. The man was a colossus for Leicester City in their title-winning season, and surely in the Bundesliga there's a German centre-back like him. With Ranieri wanting to complete his side, just like the side that won the title. For our Premier League opener, I sign Nadami Collins. Ranieri can't say he hasn't been backed, as we've got 30 million only left. With the Premier League just around the corner, Everton is where we start off. And we start with these lads, now getting a little bit of shape together. And guess what? I've simmed the first game of the season because I know the second game's more important, and it is a win. 2-1 over Everton. Come on, we're into the Premier League now, and we've got to be playing big teams like Spurs. At home, and it's also given Mahrez time to change, already down to a 79, but back up to an 81, with his position swap to a cam, hopefully raring to go now. I just love him in that kit. We are going to be at home. Yep, after a sim of the first game, I thought I'd risk it. The king power in the Premier League, Matthias Tell. I don't know why he's focused on, because he might be a Championship player very soon. They've gone for the kickoff, and it's actually gone out for a goal kick. Same kits as before. Hopefully the same result. And by that, I mean a top 5 finish, as I think it will be a huge task. I don't think our team's really good enough. Mobama with the dribbles round. It is Sternberg. Riyad Mahrez just watching it fly by. What are you doing, Riyad? Surely that 9 million could have gone into someone better. Ranieri's idea to go and get his old boy back after he actually left him to go to Manchester City. I think it might have been after Ranieri actually that he did go ahead and leave. We can't get control of the ball. Losing it in our tracks, and Burkhardt, what a tackle. Collins potentially could be in a German side together. The national team, that is, as there goes Profundi. We need him to reach Premier League level like he was Championship level. Brilliant ball. Mobama! We should have scored the opening goal. What a chance to take a lead in the home game against Tottenham. So unfortunate. But let's get going again. Ozzo, that is an intercepted pass once again. Matthias Tell with a bit of showboating. Profundi winning the ball back, however. Hamza Chowdhury through the middle, Diawara, Obama, out wide, here goes Adjajeji Sternberg, Pedro Porro forces a corner, and I am forcing a Leicester goal in, whether they like it or not. Diawara, edge of the box, Daniel Ozzo, now that's surely hit in hand, with the referee not giving anything. Burkhardt's totally through, and Pau Sanz has been sent off. Just had to risk it, can't risk the goal, which they still may score. It's Pedro Porro. It's Gallagher, woohoo! Oh dear, we've still got the same amount of defenders. It was our right mid sent off. We should be straight back on that ball. It's Burkhardt, he strikes. And it is a goal for Tottenham Hotspur. The first, and it is a goal for Tottenham Hotspur. Jordan Burkhardt. We just couldn't defend him properly. 10 men. And I actually chose to play this game over the season opener. Ridiculous. Adedeji Diawara in the middle, straight onto Ozzo. Ozzo with Bergvall on his back. And I think Claudio Ranieri's got some questions to ask over the signing of Mahrez. Yep, as you can see in this tweet. Woeful performance. I might even throw him in the team for the Carabao, or should I say Ranieri might. As owner, I must say I don't care about this competition at all. Survival in the Premier League is more important, and as you can see, a change around. Trying Mahrez still at right mid instead of in that cam position, and we do get a 2-1 win. Profundi and Hamza Chowdhury. It's just consistency, as Claudio Ranieri wants to speak to me again. Boss, I know money is a bit tight. Can we search the free agent market? I think we need still a bit more attacking in-depth options. But I'm going to say no to that. You've just signed Riyad Mahrez, for goodness sake. And we just have to be beating Leeds. especially with Riyad quality in our side. And if we want to survive in this division, so straight run at them. Nathan Ake, what a signing. If he was a free agent, I would have been all over him. As here goes Dan James. Chowdhury can't get to that ball. I'd rather win this than that Ipswich one. Anton Stack in the middle. They're running us riot. Leeds United all over us. Colley to get the block in. Not feeling confident. Not feeling confident in the slightest. But hang on, Riyad Mahrez, get that ball across. He's actually done a good pass for once. Now Pafundi back in the middle. Diawara onto Riyad. Mahrez goes from range. That's more like it. And Leeds United have just been dominant. Anton stacking to the middle. Longstaff, we're trying to block them passing lanes with Ramanzani. The 1-2 in. Joel Peru. Oh my days. It is awful football from us. Joel Peru scores in the Premier League. Second half has to be better. And I'm not standing for any more tippy-tappy rubbish. Riyad Mahrez, you got 5-star skill moves. Pau Sands was suspended. Back for this game. One of the worst shots I've ever seen at Bento. To be fair, they've had 2 seasons in the Prem. They've made decent signings, but Longstaff is running the show. Pass through to Joel Peru again. Trying to stand off him, but can someone mark the man in the middle? No, we don't. 2-0 Leeds. Free agents might have to be signed. We might have to listen to the manager. Unless this is all a ploy. Unless he's actually throwing games, which he gets sacked for. I wouldn't stand for that, but I do think we've made good signings. We backed him with Diawara, Mahrez, Adedeji Sternberg, and Namar Collins, which I honestly think is the quality to beat Leeds United in the Premier League, especially with the momentum of a playoff campaign to be remembered. That's a decent header down. And now we go. Riyad Mahrez. He skills out. He gets his pass off to his winger, Pau Sands. That's more like it. A goal back. Brilliant as Abde with the skill moves, though. Do not concede another again. We were the comeback kings last season, and Mabama not taking to the Premier League like he took to the Championship when he signed there permanently. Dan James through the middle. Dan James onto Joel Peru. A brace for the man from Suriname. And a good finish. A 3-1 loss to Leeds, and now I think we're just going to be battling relegation the entire season. At least we've won in the Cup. We are 15th in the Premier League above Arsenal, Newcastle and West Ham and Liverpool. But who is this free agent that the manager talked about? And who do we need to sign? Okay, it's not actually a striker like he said, but it's an attacking player. I'm very intrigued to actually see him in a Leicester shirt. I think that could work out. And if you're excited to see who this is, leave a like on the video and I'll see you tomorrow.